Hi, this is Phil DeBella and you're listening to FlashCast by PDB. Today, a question that's been posed to me by many different listeners is, do I love traveling? Well, let me tell you that for the first 3 to 5 years, traveling was fantastic. New places, new locations, new environments, meeting new people, the freedom, all the rest of it, fantastic. However, that quickly wears off when you counteract it on the other side of the ledger as it's quite lonely. You're working a lot more hours. You're eating alone. You don't have that beautiful vibrancy of family buzzing around you and people asking your advice and wanting you to kick a soccer ball around or playing or listening to them playing a musical instrument. All the things that often annoy us when we're there and present, but when we leave, we miss it. But isn't that common nature? That we always want what we don't have and we think that the grass is greener on the other side. Now, concept of traveling, let me tell you, is that I always seek to find something happy and new to do when I travel. However, of course, I'd rather be experiencing it with my family. Especially now, after selling DeBella, I've been able to spend all the school holidays off, and it's a mandate I keep to this date, is to make sure that I'm not working on school holidays, and we always travel to a different destination every quarter, something I'm fortunate enough to be in a position to do. But of course, it's not just the art of traveling, it's what you do when you travel. It's where your focus goes. Where your awareness goes, your energy flows. Something that I always talk about is that bringing your awareness into somewhere where your energy flows. And my awareness when I'm traveling with my family is all about spending quality time, new experiences, making sure that everybody's learning different things from different people, from different places, making sure that we're constantly in that mindset of growth and understanding that the world is all about being better tomorrow than what we are today. However, when I'm traveling for business, it's a completely different prospect. So I used to hate traveling on a plane. I'd get boredom, I'd get anxiety. Whereas what I've learnt to do now on a plane is to shut out completely. I'm that person that doesn't like to talk to the person next to me, not because I'm being rude, but because it's my space, my time, and I like to meditate. I like to listen to audiobooks. I like to catch up on reading any documents or reports or paperwork or learning about what's going on in the world. It's my time. So the last thing I want to do on a plane is be sitting there talking to somebody next to me. Something that my family will often tell you when you get on a plane and sit next to Papa, make sure that you don't talk to him because he's not interested. And it's not, again, because I'm being rude. It's because that's my space. I've trained my brain that it's all about me, and that's how I deal with spending a lot of time on an aeroplane. So I've turned a negative into a positive. When I go into hotels, I make sure that I use my time and make sure I book a hotel with the gym. I've lost a lot of weight in the last 12 months because I needed to, and obviously that part of my life was neglected. So what I've done is turn the traveling into a positive, that when I'm actually traveling, I'm actually making sure that I work out every morning. So I actually work out a lot more when I'm traveling and on the road than what I do when I'm at home. So I'm finding all these little benchmarks and positive things to do to enable the negative to become a positive. And I think it all keeps coming back to mindset. And a lot of the flashcasts that I do will always be about mindset. And coming back using travel as an example is I can either look at it and say I'm away from my family, I'm missing my family, I'm not in a routine, or I can look at it and say whilst I'm away from my family, I'm going to be the best that I can be. I'm going to make sure that I set a routine. I'm going to make sure that I set my diary accordingly. So what does a day in the life of Phil DeBella look like when I'm traveling? Well, I wake up around 5 or 6 a.m, depending on how late I went to bed. So these days I need about 6 hours sleep. What I do is I wake up, I go to the gym, I train for about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how much time I have. I then come back and get ready. I go and have breakfast, and then I start work, normally around 8:30. And I go hard between 8:30 and around 5:30. If I finish early, I might do another session at the gym, especially whilst I'm traveling, because I find that what I do when I travel is I drink more alcohol than I normally would. Meaning when I'm at home, I drink 3 nights a week and have 4 alcohol-free nights a week, subject to obviously any functions. However, when I'm traveling, I probably have a drink every night. Well, I do have a drink every night because it becomes a bit of a comfort blanket. And for that reason, if I can get an extra session in the gym, I will. However, I make sure that it's work before the second session of gym. So if you take it in the concept that I talk about, personal, family, and professional, I always take the time away. I turn the negative into being away to a positive by making it about me. making sure that I focus on me, getting up, going to the gym, eating properly, going to do work, coming back and doing another gym session, and then I go and do, normally it's a work function or meeting with clients, and of course having a drink. But what I always make sure is that I ring my family before they go to bed at 8 o'clock at night, and have that touch point. And of course, just finding that routine. So what I've done is I've actually turned the negative into a positive, that I'm probably in a better routine when I travel than what I am when I'm at home, because I use the extra time, and and what I mean by extra time is obviously I'm not there having to help with homework or spend quality time with the kids, that I use it productively. So I meditate more, I listen to more audiobooks, I'm able to strategize more. I even plan holidays in the school holidays while I'm away. As I've got that extra time, I'm able to utilize and manage my time effectively. So, in short, when you're traveling, it's not glamorous. I get asked all the time, you go to amazing places, and I have. I'm very grateful for the fact that I've been to places all over Central and South America and Asia and Europe, and I wouldn't take it back for the world. Obviously, we are who we are because of all the experiences we get, and traveling builds great experiences, and you learn a lot from different cultures, different people, different countries, and I'm very grateful for that. But again, for those that travel for business understand exactly where I'm coming from. It's not as glamorous as people think it is. It's what you make of it that makes the difference. And of course, I love the gift of giving. So I always make sure I come back with a gift that means something to my family. Something that puts a smile on their face, and I obviously use the time to make sure that they understand why Daddy's travelling and why he's away, and the purpose of it all. I would rather be at home. There's no secrets about that, but of course it is what it is, and the business and that I operate and the industry that I work in requires me to travel. So rather than make excuses for it, I make sure that I communicate that to the family, and especially my children, so they understand exactly why Daddy's away, why he travels, and exactly what's expected of them when I do travel. So for those that have asked the question, and there's been many that have asked the question of what it's like to be traveling a lot and what do I do, I hope this FlashCast has helped you. It's not as glamorous as it sounds, but yet I've turned a negative into a positive. I've tapped into the mindset where I believe everything revolves around, and those things that used to irritate me and now I thrive on. And it's another example of why it's all about how we program our minds. So I hope this has helped people in many ways than just hearing about travels. I thank you. I encourage you to be the best that you can. You've been listening to FlashCast by PDB. Until next time, take care.